What has surprised you about what people have found most interesting, and what do you most get asked?
Oh gosh, what has surprised me? I think the reason I set it up, as I was saying to Walter earlier, is because I felt in the 15 years that I was making programmes that there's an awful lot of talent out there that just don't know how to get involved with TV. And I knew on changing rooms, I'd screen test lots of designers for changing rooms and think, you're fabulous, you're just not right for this show, and unfortunately you're going to end up in a box underneath my desk now. I can't use you, I can't start promoting you because I've got to crack on with my business. And I just thought, I want to create this platform for new talent, because what I've found amazing, speaking to experts over the last 5 years, is this sense of, how does it work? And could TV be right for me? Or is the only way into TV if I happen to know the commissioner or know... And just sort of explaining, actually, TV can be right for anyone. If you look at what's on TV, and if you look at all the talent on TV, there is a complete cross-section of experts on TV. And as Tracy was saying, the great thing is that it is moving towards experts, because as viewers now, I think we've all moved on, and it's the authority of an expert and the credibility of an expert and the passion of an expert that really hooks us in as viewers. Whereas a presenter, you might think, they're great, but they're reading off an auto cue, I'm not getting the passion. So, when experts say, oh, but what about me, could I work? If you are passionate about what you do, if you've got the skills, if you've got the knowledge, if you've got the expertise, then yes, you have a bigger chance of anyone else. But what I say to all the experts, though, is that shouting at your TVs, going, he's rubbish, she's rubbish, I'm much better than so-and-so, doesn't work. They're never going to hear you. If you are fabulous, tell people. Be proactive. Contact TV companies. And it's just like getting a job. You wouldn't apply for a job in your area of expertise without checking out what the company does, and without figuring out how you can be good for that company. There's no point, people think, I have to email all the production companies and all the heads of development. No, you don't. Watch TV. That's your market. Watch what's being made. Find out who makes the programs that has experts like you. If it's property, Betty does property shows, because as Walter was saying earlier, a commissioner can't talk to all the production companies. A commissioner is going to work with the production companies that have delivered for them in the past, that they have a relationship with. So go after the production companies making the shows that you think fall within your area of expertise, because they will already have the relationship with commissioners. But don't send a blanket email, I'm fantastic, look at me. Show them that you get what they do. Show them that you've watched their shows. Show them that if it is a series that's been going on, like Changing Rooms, I was always amazed that in the, how long is that on Changing Rooms? For about 3-4 years. That in that time, I probably got contacted by about 5 interior designers. And I'm thinking, come on, designers, call me.
It's British.
It's British. There is a bit of that British reserve. And at the end of every series, I'd start Googling. I would send off emails to random interior design companies. Have you got any interior designers who are any good, interested? And I was just always amazed that no one contacted me. And the few who did were the people who'd never watched the show, who had no idea how they would fit into the show, who would send me before and after photos, and I think, which one was it? Because I'm not quite sure which one you did. As an expert, research the industry, research the companies who are making the programs you like, start a relationship with them. It could be different now, but I don't think companies like being bombarded. I have a great idea for a show. Just start a relationship with them. Love your series on such and such. If you're planning any others, this is who I am, this is what I do. You fancy meeting up for coffee? Because production companies want new talent. Am I right? So don't be afraid. And as Lucy was saying, it isn't a very British thing to shout out loud and tell people about who you are and what you do and why you're fabulous. But you have to, because it's the people who are stepping up to the plate that are going to get noticed. And the more noise you make, the more you get noticed. And again, as Walter was saying, when they're out looking for talent, they might read an article, they might hear someone on the radio. Make sure you're on the radio, call your local radio, get featured in articles, write the book if you have it in you, do the presentations, contact companies directly, targeted approach, not blanket emails. You've got to put in some work as well, because as I say,